the standing pancake that we learned without the strap, we can then use the strap to maintain a tabletop in the upper body. So you're maintaining an extroversion in the upper body while you hinge at the hip. This is a good skill to train for deadlifting, really. I think that would be the primary focus for me. And it also helps you to work deeper into that spiral stretch of the hamstring and adductor lines as you widen, and then as you come back narrower, the hamstring lines again. Okay, so I'm gonna do this facing forward to you first, toward my anchor point. So standard setup for this, again, we'll have about shoulder width apart. I'm going to hinge over. As you hinge, the most important part, again, is my weight is in the head of my fourth toe. I have the lightest touch of my heel, just like I have an egg under the heel that I don't want to crack. And so now, as I stick my butt back, feel that the tail is lengthening out. We come back into that. We test, am I still with my weight in the head of my fourth toe, in that ball of the foot, lightest contact of the heel? I climb up a little bit. I resist. I curl the sternum just a little bit so I'm not hanging in my low back, just curling it so that the shoulder girdle helps to support me. And then I'm going to do the same choreography of a linear weight shift to the ball of that left foot, and I come back to center. You can have a little softening of the knee. I come to the ball of the right foot and back to center. Inhaling into that ball of the left foot and coming back to center. Inhaling to the ball of the right foot all the way over, I weight shift, and I come back to center. I start to then come to the ball of the left foot. I let this foot come out. The right foot comes out a couple inches. I swing through, and I come into that ball of the right foot. We'll do one more set through to there. Ball of the left foot, and now ball of the right. I pause there. The left foot allows to come out a couple inches. The wider I get, it starts to become a front body sacrum spiral, concluding that adductor line up into that lesser trochanter. I come through, side to side, just always checking, do I have the lightest contact of my heel while I'm maintaining a push off from that fourth metatarsal head. I come out a little wider, I push into it, being really careful now because this becomes a deep adductor and groin stretch, and I'm not hanging into the strap, I'm supporting it a little bit with my shoulder girdle as I have this standing pancake in tabletop with strap. When I'm ready to start coming out of this, unless I want to sort of heel toe a little wider, just being very careful to not collapse inside on the foot, but keep it on the outside, fourth toe head, lightest contact of the heel. Spiraling in that, we can start to heel toe back in, heel toe back in, testing a little set or two on each foot. Heel toe back in. And heel toe back in to shoulder width apart. And then carefully we can help pull ourselves up and out of it. We would give that a little walk around to integrate. I'm going to show you from the opposite side just so you can see the spiral happening in my pelvis. So again, same thing. I'm going to set up approximately shoulder width apart. I hinge forward. I find the weight out of the balls of my feet. Out of the heels, rather. I'm in the fourth toe head of my feet. And same thing, I push through. You can see how I'm getting a posterior tilt of this side of the pelvis relative to the anterior in my left. I'm getting the posterior on the left relative to the anterior of the right. I can come back out a little wider if I heel toe both. Again, never dropping back into my heels. Anywhere in that trajectory, it always stays in the fourth toe head of each foot. Heel toe out a little wider. This is a lot of work to maintain this, just keeping pelvic floor lifted, pulling in that pelvic floor a little bit while we curl the sternum to protect the low back. We'll heel toe back in. We test it in the midway. We come back to shoulder width, heel toe back in, and then carefully pushing up to standing. We'll give this a little walk around just to integrate. This is a very, very deep hamstring, adductor, groin stretch when it goes out all the way and back in. Always taking your time with this. Never go out further than you feel safe and comfortable, because it can really, this is pretty advanced. This can become a very intense stretch. So just titrate it out and then come back in, see how that feels. Maybe go a little deeper into it the next day, or you can try another set, softly trying that out and sort of seeing where it takes you.